We know you're busy and that you can't always find the time to tune in live to the Daily Breakfast Show. So we've handpicked the very best of this past week's news, and together with our show sponsors MB Crusher, we're delighted to bring you the Weekend Wrap. In this week's episode, there is a shock resignation at the National Federation of Demolition Contractors. A French tower block falls to the might of Ardennes attachments. And is pay-as-you-go the future of demolition equipment ownership? All that and more on the Weekend Wrap. Despite the fact that we are more than 300 shows in now, each episode of the Breakfast Show is still a learning curve. Each day I learn what buttons to press and what buttons not to press, what to say and what not to say, what kind of content sparks debate and what kind of content just lands with a dull thud. And I'm also learning about equipment manufacturers in general and about Chinese manufacturers in particular. And just when I thought I had my head around Lugong, Sany, Zoomlion, XCMG and Shantui, another one emerges from the woodwork. This one is called Everrun, and they make stuff like this. yesterday, you may recall that we talked about all things excavator-mounted crusher buckets. Well, by some strange coincidence, while I was busy waffling, those fine folks at MB Crusher were actually doing some work, producing a new film on their crusher bucket and its capabilities in the recycling of demolition and construction materials. Take a look at this. all the latest news, views, video and comment from the demolition and construction industry, live and interactive each weekday morning at 10 a.m. GMT. Tune in, take part on The Breakfast Show, live. Next up, we're off to that fine city of Marseille, down on the French Riviera, home of Bouillabaisse, Pastis and the Stade Velodrome. And I only mention that final one because I saw England beat Tunisia there in the 1998 World Cup, thanks to Alan Shearer and Paul Scholes, if I remember rightly. But I digress. The reason for the visit to Marseille this time is not food, drink, or even football related. It's demolition related. And while we're focused primarily on the attachment from our friends over at Ardennes, I can't help noticing that Liebherr has sneaked in yet again. northwest region of the National Federation of Demolition Contractors has been plunged into turmoil by the surprise resignation of Regional Chairman Paul Johnson of Bradley Demolition. A news alert sent to NFDC members said that due to personal reasons, Paul Johnson has elected to resign his position of Regional Chairman of the NFDC Northwest Region with immediate effect. We thank Paul for his time and commitment in the role to date and wish him all the best for the future. The news alert goes on to say that the team at Resurgam House will be liaising with the Northwest Vice Chair Charmaine O'Connor of PP O'Connor and Regional Representative Ryan Noon of Howard Stock Demolition regarding necessary steps to ensure that NFDC's Northwest Regional members continue to be represented in light of Johnson's unexpected departure. We will keep you updated as soon as further information is received, the statement says. Taken in isolation, Johnson's departure would probably not resonate much outside the region for which he was the chairman. But this is not an isolated incident. We reported last month that Honorary Life Vice President David Keane had resigned. And we also understand that Holly Price, immediate past president and the Federation's first female president, has also stepped down from the Federation's Finance Committee. And there are very strong rumours of yet another high-profile resignation to follow. Make of all of that what you will. Now, if you're going to run electric equipment, you need some way to monitor charging levels. Well, not surprisingly, the boffins at Volvo Construction Equipment have already got that base covered. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Emma.